I want to clarify now, before people keep commenting the fact that, oh, you're still gay, you can be gay and Christian. Why did you
Yeah, you can. So I don't understand, like, what?
live your life and being gay? And I just want to state this. I left because I thought humans, hear me out on this, listen so clearly. I thought
I'm listening.
humans could give me what I wanted. So
I don't know if I should have been listening. I do not know if I should have been listening. Mostly because, how in any regard or any manner is that a answer? Why I left being gay? Why I left my life of being gay? Because humans could not give me what I wanted. I got nothing. I got nothing. How do we always end up making it here? I'll never know. Yeah, anyway. Like what? You already know what it is, baby. We got a fun one this time around, of course. Of course, dealing with more heads on the Brain Rot app. The TikTokers. But of course, first to that, how many times are we going to say it? Truly repeats himself. The backstory. You already know. I had it on the watch list for a minute, but you already know we checked out Ryan Beard before because of another TikToker we've checked out. And because of EHDI Plus and specific D Destiny. But more or less, the last time we checked out Ryan Beard was because of the most devious twink on TikTok, Peyton Piper. I ain't gonna lie. You already know Ryan Beard made a hilarious video going over Peyton Piper because, you know, the bring back bullying, the, you know, misgendering Latino, all that type of beat. Yep, I gotta condemn Peyton Piper. But this time around, apparently Ryan Beard is talking about, this Christian TikToker who definitely isn't gay anymore and or hates that he was gay. By the name of course, title thumbnail, Griffy Spiffy. So I was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Last time we covered a TikToker, especially with Ryan Beard covering it, it was hilarious and pretty good. So you already know we had to check this boy out. That's why I had it on the watch list. Duh. So let me not waste no more time, baby. Let's get to the video. Truly talks everything. Truly does indeed yap everything every single time. Let's deal with the Christian TikToker who hates that he was gay. Griffy Spiffy. Of course, like we said in the intro, and you see him on the screen. Shout out to the love with Ryan Beard. There you know, baby. Come on, man. We got this Christian TikToker is definitely not gay anymore. Of course, you guys would like to watch the OG video by Ryan Beard because right now I got a shirt of love. Excellent vids dropped by Ryan Beard. I'm telling you, go check out the Destiny video. Continue Destiny. Ah, lovely. Now description. First link, shirt of love. Of course, like said name, Ryan Beard. And let's not waste any more time, baby. Let's get right into it. Drag myself over. Alright, let's do it.
Hi, are you gay? Well,
excellent. That's a great question to start off with. 2 seconds in. Well, let's evaluate. Some of these niggas, no cap, some of these niggas be calling Trilly zesty. We're never beating the zesty allegations. And it's crazy that they be saying this, John, because I talk about it all the time. I'm wondering why these niggas are worried about my sexuality because, I don't know. Trilly look good? Never beating the chopped allegations. But they must want fuck. Because if not, you niggas need to get off a nigga's dick. But then we start playing, bro. But you already know. Again, CDST, better yet to that content creator, bro. You're gonna get your criticisms, whatever, genuine or not. But yeah, whatever. Trilly never beating his that's the allegations. But for the girly pops.
Girly
You already
pop.
know. Shout out to Huns. Trilly pander aside. Yeah, they be calling Trilly the zesty bestie, so yeah, probably. After evaluating them niggas that be on cock and then your girly pops, yeah, probably.
well, stop that. Don't do that anymore. Just be straight.
Well, damn. Well, damn. Bombakat. Wagwan Klating. He said no.
Now, okay? I was talking to God the other day, and he told me that he's just not really into that gay stuff.
Damn, did he really say this?
So we're gonna be done with that now. And I know a lot of people say that conversion therapy doesn't work. Well, you know why conversion therapy doesn't work?
I was
Because
about to say, hold on, we gotta do the research. We gotta understand that context. Let's see, conversion therapy. Explain conversion therapy. Hang on, let's see. The explanation. Conversion therapy is harmful and is a harmful and discredited practice that claims to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity, usually from gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans to straight or cisgender. It's been pushed by religious or pseudoscientific groups under the delusion that queerness is something that needs to be fixed. Well, yep, that's fucked up. Alright.
Let's be honest, therapy is kinda gay. You can't make yourself not.
Oh boy. Especially if better yet, not even, well yeah, no, it would be some, because it's not one individual, because they come in a pair, especially if two certain fucking dumbasses start mentioning it.
I just want to ask you if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well. And that's again, of course. Shout out.
No, she clipped
I'm
her
like,
foot.
yo, what?
Oh no, it was a vibration.
Yo, shout out Wine Sins, but I'm like, what? Anyway, obviously, duh. Shout out love with the heads in the LGBTQ plus community. No derogatory, John, but like, yeah, bro, holy fuck. When these heads make therapy their whole goddamn personality, I fucking hate it.
Be gay by doing something gay. Everyone knows that straight guys don't go to therapy, so instead of going to conversion therapy like a little gay
Oh boy, is that why Soy Dubs is cucked? I mean, it makes sense.
boy, just stop. Next time you see a hot guy, just tell yourself, actually, that's an ugly guy, and then marry a woman. It's not that hard. Aw, it is hard? I bet you can't stop thinking about hard things, you little gay boy. Well, today...
He said, Twinkie? Nah. That reminds me of the one post with being Yo, yeah, I forgot. It was like the one TikTok I think he was talking about where he was going to the orthodontist, and with the captions, yo, he changed the one caption and just instead of saying like beat or some shit, it was like, yo, I love shoving like fucking meat in my mouth. I was like, I'm like, huh? That shit had
I have
me
someone who
fucking
can prove to you that
dying.
it's not that hard to just stop being gay, and his name is Godly Griffin, aka Griffy Spiffy.
Griffy Spiffy. Let me see. Anytime someone tries to tell me you're still gay.
Get out. Get the hell out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
Griffy Spiffy is not gay anymore. You might think that Griffy Spiffy sounds like the gayest name you've ever heard.
Little bit.
But that's because you're a bigot. Spiffy
Facts. It's totally not because that shit sounds dumb as fuck.
Griffys can be straight too, okay? Well, technically, Griffy claims that he's not gay or straight. Instead, he identifies as a child of God who struggles with homosexuality.
So he's gay and he's Christian. It makes sense.
In the same way that
Okay, hold on. Let's actually read it. If you're Christian wrestling with homosexuality too, you are seen. You're not alone. I understand how hard this battle is. Or, you know, you could just be gay, you know what I'm saying, part of LGBTQ plus community, and also believe in the Christian faith, and, you know, be fine with yourself, your beliefs, your identity. I mean, you can be struggling with it, but most heads are fine, I would presume. But moving on.
in the same way that Griffy isn't gay, he just struggles with homosexuality,
If he's struggling with being homosexual, then wouldn't that mean that... Nah, Trilly's just a fucking dumbass. Nah, that wouldn't mean that he's gay, right? No.
not fat, I just struggle with obesity.
Facts. No. I'm not fucking black. I just struggle with being a bit melanated. No, I'm totally not black or anything. No.
Society keeps trying to force me into this box of identifying as fat, but I actually broke the box with my obesity. Griffy has decided to dedicate basically his entire life to repeatedly telling people that he is definitely not gay.
Yeah, brother, again, this is like the inverse antithesis to the boy who cried wolf. Like, after you keep saying shit or whatever, like, people are not gonna believe anymore. It's like, oh, well, no. Actually, Betty, I'm a fucking idiot. It's not an antithesis to that. This is directly that. This is the boy who cried wolf. Yeah, you keep saying you're not gay. It's like, yeah, brother, we don't give a fuck anymore. Like, yeah, you probably are. Actually, you're basically confirming to us you are. You're just trying to, like, obfuscate off of it by using certain terms. I'm like, brother, if you are Christian, and you're struggling with homosexuality, then I'm assuming you are Christian and you are gay. Like, bro, what are we talking about?
The best way to prove to someone that you're
Honestly, this shit is definitely rage bait.
definitely not something is to just keep telling them over and over and over again. If you ever have a bully who calls you fat, just tell them, nope, think again, Buster. Fat? Not me. I am definitely not fat. I don't identify as fat. I identify as
I don't identify as fat.
a child of God who struggles with obesity. Jesus took my fat and nailed it to the cross when he died for my sins. So my fat no longer belongs to me. My fat belongs to Christ. I think if you said this to your bullies, this would definitely convince them to stop bullying you. And if this
100%. It totally might not have them looking at you like, what is this motherfucker talking about?
doesn't work, just repeat it another 10 times and then they'll definitely stop. Now, I definitely don't want to bully Griffy here, and I don't think that anyone should be like forced to use labels they don't feel comfortable with. If someone doesn't want to call themselves gay, I don't think you should force them to call themselves gay. But at the same time, this dude has decided to dedicate his entire TikTok platform to repeatedly spreading the message that it's sinful to be gay and people should feel ashamed of themselves if they identify as gay. So if you are going to make hundreds of TikToks telling people
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, like if you're like, you know, denouncing, you know what I'm saying, being gay, being LGBTQ plus, brother, and you yourself are saying you're struggling with homosexuality, brother, what the fuck are we doing? This is like the same shit with, again, yo, this is, shout out Ryan Beard. This is actually funny enough why I can add conjecture to this, for real. This is the same shit with Peyton Piper where it's like, yo, you're misgendering Lily Tino, but you're fucking gay. It makes no sense. You're putting down people in your own fucking community. Now, again, like Ryan Beard said, maybe he doesn't want to adopt the identity or label of being gay, but like, it's just hypocrisy. It's just blatant hypocrisy. Like,
people that it's sinful to be gay, I'm gonna make one YouTube video making fun of you. Hopefully that's a fair trade-off. Let me take a minute to thank today's sponsor, Bellesa. Everyone who signs up for my giveaway will win a free rose suction toy. As you can clearly see by people like Griffy Spiffy, there are a lot of people out there who want you to be ashamed of your sexuality. You have sexual needs? That's bad and gross. Well, today's sponsor Bellesa is here to say that enough is enough. Bellesa is a bi women.
he said, all right, we're gonna skip through. Hold on. We're gonna look through. Shout out Ryan Beard. We gotta get your money. I'm not your funny. I'm like, yo, we're gonna get canceled. Let me stop playing. No, we're not getting canceled, but
Idiots like Griffy Spiffy make you feel ashamed about your own sexuality. Thanks again, Bellesa. Griffy also uses his TikTok to document his struggles with keeping his homosexuality at bay. Sometimes the homo starts to bubble up to the surface a little bit too much and he has to push it down.
Ping pong. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Bombokat Bagwan.
Bombokat!
What are we doing here?
When you're tempted to sing a song that doesn't honor God.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Whenever you're tempted to sing something gay like a Chapel Roan song, you've just got to go, no, 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 no.
Yeah, nah, I don't think I'll be doing that.
No, 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 no. That'll make the gayness instantly evaporate. The opposite of gayness is
Definitely confirming that's not how that works.
going, no, 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 no.
That shit is so fucking funny.
No, 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 no.
See, I don't know. Yo, I don't know what gets into heads. Like, bro, I don't know what gets into heads, funny enough. To where, like, yo, we're posting this, John, and we dead thought this was fire. Like, yo, this was the move, bro. Heads is about to gas me up because of this, John. I'm like...
Whenever I picture a strong, God-fearing man, I always picture someone going, no, 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 no. So I guess according to Griffy, if you
No, I don't think I do.
want to be a good Christian, you can't listen to demon music like Chapel Roan. You can only listen to good Christian music like worship songs. Watch how the Holy Spirit encounters me and changes the song.
Spirit lead me when my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me.
I guess he's saying that the Holy Spirit encountered him and caused him to change the song from being in tune to being out of tune.
I was about to say, I was waiting for the song to change. I literally did not see a song change. Like, I was about to say, is he talking about pitch? Is he talking about, like... Nah, we're not even gonna try to make sense of it. Nah, I don't even think I'll make the attempt.
Let me see if I can help you out here, Griffy.
No, better yet, Ron, I need you to help me out to understand this shit. Because I was trying to figure out where, like, what was the change, though?
I used to sing this song, Oceans, a lot when I was a worship leader. All right, so we're in the key of C sharp minor. Your starting note is B. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me.
Yo, it's crazy that you dead ass can get copyrighted for shit like this. Is wild.
Walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Hopefully that helps.
I don't want to be too mean to Griffy just because he sings out of tune. God doesn't call everyone to be a worship leader. God calls some.
I'm just like, yo, is the chick, like, yo, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Hold on, we're at 7-Eleven. Watch how the Holy Spirit encounters me and changes the song 2 times. He said, am I dickying? I'm dickying? I'm dickying? He said changes the song. I'm thinking like, yo, it's about to be a whole different song. This is the same song. We're just talking. You know what? I'm thinking too deeply about this shit. We're going past.
Worship leader. God calls some people to be good singers, and he calls other people to make a bunch of TikToks about how they're definitely not gay.
And this is exactly correlating off of what I said earlier. I don't know what gets into heads. And apparently for Griffy Spiffy, it was, you know what I'm saying, the Lord Christ. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, yo, are we sure this is what he wanted him to do? I don't know, man.
I don't really understand this argument where people get mad at other people for making their sexuality part of their identity. I can kind of get it when people get annoyed with people who make being gay their entire personality.
Yeah, because then it's like, yo, it's like, yo, is it more about the thing of flaunting it, or is it about like, yo, you yourself, do you identify as gay because this is your sexuality, this is how you feel, this is how you generally identify? Like, the fucking word, my dumbass. It's like making it performative. Yeah, that's the word, yeah.
And that's like literally all they ever talk about. But at the same time, I don't even necessarily see anything wrong with that, especially for people who find a lot of comfort and community within the gay community. Like, some dudes absolutely love video games or absolutely love anime, and they make that.
Surely loves anime, baby! And yes, I do make that shit my own personality. I ain't gonna lie, I don't give a fuck. Cringy, that shit make a nigga happy, and that's what everybody should be striving for. Be your fucking genuine self, because guess what? Your genuine self is your most happy self. Why? Because you're being you, baby. You're being you, baby. Facts. But yes, let's not call me out here, okay?
Their entire personality. And like, yeah, I guess it can be a bit cringy if some dude is like annoying about how much they love video games or anime, but
yeah, I'm not gonna do that though. Like, there's obvious, like, better yet, to give a perfect example of this, you know how heads be like, yo, One Piece, you already know my favorite anime of all time. You know how heads will be like, do the One Piece gatekeeping and all that shit. Bruh, you just gotta fucking watch One Piece or whatever. Like, a nigga be like, yo, I wanna start getting into anime, I wanna watch anime, and a nigga recommend him One Piece. I'm like, nigga, I'm not finna do that shit. That's dumb. I would tell heads off basis, like, yeah, bruh, if you have fucking time, you know, shit, because this shit is 1,000 episodes, but you're gonna watch the anime, whatever, fucking chapters about to hit 1,200 soon. But like, bro, you gotta have time to get into that jump, bro. Like, that's off basis. But like, yo, starter animes, bro, you always gotta recommend like classic 12 episode Johns, especially like if someone's new to John. You already know, like, if they like shonens in John, well, you would have recommended My Hero, but I don't know. Are we still going off the fan base? Like, nah, forget that, John. Bro, my recommendation, bro, starter, always say, I think it still might be on Netflix, but bro, you gotta show them Johns like Erased, bro. Like, that John, clean. But anyway, I get what Ryan Beer is saying. It's like, yo, if heads are constantly talking about this shit, they always talk about it. Then they do like the gatekeeping shit, and then they do like the what is that shit called when like heads not like gatekeeping, but they not pretend, but like, you know, like act like they know more shit than you. When heads are pretentious as fuck about the shit. Yeah, like, no, I totally get that. That's annoying as fuck. I'm just like, yo, I always ask heads, bro. I'm trying to have the, like, especially because of this climate, especially in the political fucking terms and all that. Niggas ain't trying to have them conversations. I'm always on like, yo, what do you watch? What animes are you into if you already watched this, John? Like, yo, I want to talk about heads' interests themselves. Conversational piece tip, I guess. I don't know. Manipulation Trilly. Oh my god, he thinks he's fucking high on Koji. But like, real shit, there's a thing with heads. People, I mean, I don't give a fuck what they say. People love to talk about themselves, their interests, and all that. So, yo, you gotta ask heads about their favorite genre. Like, yo, what's your favorite show? Yada yada, this, that, and the third. Like, what genres entertain you? Yada, this, that, and the third. Because guess what? I bet they'll have a lot to say about it. Therefore, they'll have a lot to say about themselves. Genre like that, you better get your conjecture off, and then you take that in, listen. Because not only do you want to get to know the person, learn them, yada yada. But like, yo, people love expressing themselves. People love conversations. This is why I say all the time, yo, what does Trilly love a lot? Them good introspective deep combos, baby. But just deep combos and just like long combos in general, because bro, like, it's just fun vibes. Yo, good vibes. Learn your heads, bro. Learn your peoples. But anyway, going off of that, yeah, like, it'd be annoying as hell if heads will make shit like their whole personality and then be pretentious about it or whatever, and then, you know, gatekeep, do all this different shit. Like,
At the same time, I don't really get offended by someone having a special interest and dedicating a lot of time to that special interest. So if someone wants to dedicate most of their time to dissecting every single frame of Attack on Titan, you
nigga, go ahead. Like, shit, that's you, babe, bro.
do you, King, and the
Me.
same applies to gay dudes. I actually think it's
Yeah,
more
you
cringe
do
to
you,
get like
babe, bro.
super offended by people who are really passionate about a certain topic than it is to be passionate about a certain topic. And also, it just doesn't make any sense at all to me when someone asks if you're gay to respond by saying that you're a child of God.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, bro, that's not a response. Like, dude, is your sexual orientation, like, are you gay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? This is not an answer.
I am is I'm a child of God. That is my identity.
Like, that's just
I'm like, okay, so again, you believe in the Christian faith, but like, when it comes to, again, your sexual orientation, like, are you gay? Are you straight? Like, what is it? Like,
not answering the question.
exactly. Like, this is directly, bro. Funny enough, hold on, yo, I never thought I'd be able to use the 5 stats or something like this, or well, yeah, 5 stats. I'm about to say 5 stats, or better yet, 2 certain heads strats. But hold on, let me show you this real quick. But like, this is a direct deny, deflect, like counterattack type of beat or whatever, because you're denying, refusing to accept, recognize, or believe claims, allegations being made against you. What does Griffy Spiffy keep claiming? Yeah, he's not gay or whatever. He's Christian, he's not gay. Oh well, I don't believe you because again, hey man, you're refusing to accept. I don't know, man. You got to keep saying. So you're refusing something? I don't know. Anyway. Well, I'm gonna have that deflect, shifting blame or focus to avoid experiencing uncomfortable emotions, anxiety, pain, guilt, criticism, and distress scenarios or gotcha moments. As we can see, you know, shifting over to, like, you know what I'm saying, talking about religion, Christian faith and all that instead of just answering the question directly. And then like your counterattack would be like, you know, again, like even more to that, like diverting directly off. So he's obfuscating off of the question. Like, yo, I love being able to point stuff like that out.
Someone asks you what your sexuality is and you respond by telling them who you're a child of, I would find
Like, yeah, that's not what I asked.
that very strange. Hey, just wondering, are you gay, straight, bi? I am a child of Dennis.
I'm like, good for Dennis, but like, can you answer the question? Like,
What? My father's name is Dennis.
I'm like, that's fire, but again, I need you to answer this question now.
Cool. That's not what I asked, though. I asked if you're gay or straight. I don't identify with labels like gay or straight.
Okay.
I identify with who my daddy is. And
Excellent. I'm loving that one. I'm like, oh, but like, are you like straight, bisexual, gay? Like, are you like, like we're just not getting anywhere.
my daddy is Dennis. Okay. Sounds like you got some sort of weird fetish.
Yo, word. At that point, I'm like, hey man, daddy issues? Like, hey man, like,
Fetish for your dad? No, I don't have a fetish for my daddy. I identify as my daddy's little boy.
he said.
And my daddy would not appreciate you speaking about me this way. He has been known to smite people who speak against his little boys. Okay, I'm gonna walk away.
I think it's time to head out now. Definitely think it's time to head out now. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this dialogue tree. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this convo. We definitely ain't gain no speech experience for this.
Hey now.
I want to clarify now, before people keep commenting, the fact that, oh, you're still gay. You can be gay and Christian. Why did you
Yeah, you can. So I don't understand, like, what?
live your life and being gay? And I just want to state this. I left because I thought humans, hear me out on this, listen so clearly. I thought
I'm listening.
humans could give me what I wanted. So
I don't know if I should have been listening. I do not know if I should have been listening. Mostly because, how in any regard or any manner is that a fucking answer? Why I left being gay? Why I left my life of being gay? Because humans could not give me what I wanted. I got nothing. I got nothing. How do we always end up making it here? I'll never know. Yeah, anyway. Like what? Alright.
Listen so clearly. I thought humans could give me what I wanted.
So you stopped being gay because you thought that humans could give you what you wanted?
So, what is it that you wanted? Exactly, Griffy Spiffy. Can you let us know what it is you wanted? To where now you couldn't be gay and had to, like, you know, leave your life of being gay because they didn't give you what you wanted?
I agree that there can be an issue where sometimes people rely on other people too much. If you wrap all of your self-worth up in the relationships that you have with other people, if those people end up letting you down, that can destroy your sense of self.
Exactly, and that's why I always say, like, you want to surround yourself with people who have your best interests at heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Usually that'd be your family, and family is not just obviously by blood. I say this all the time. Yo, family is whoever you think of when I say the words family and love. Like, yo, those are the people, obviously, you would consider by fam, lovely. Anyway, right? Yeah, but you always keep the people like you love, your family, you know what I'm saying? The people who have that, again, best interests at heart, that want to see you doing well, and you want to see them doing well around. So where, like, I mean, obviously, there's still going to be the case, especially in family dynamics, where people close to you can disappoint you, but in the most regard, most times, like, obviously, they're not trying to do that or, like, intentionally wanting to do that, so you know what I mean? Like,
Which is why you can't just define yourself by the way that other people see you. But I don't think this has anything to do with being gay.
it quite literally has nothing to do with it.
I think this is just a limitation of human relationships in general. And
But like even if this like not even because this just on bar makes no sense. You left your life of being gay, again, your own sexual like orientation, sexual identity because of other people, but like again, you yourself again have to decide the person that you are, like Ryan Beard is saying. So I'm just on base level already lost, because it's like, yo, how would it be because of someone else? You have to make the conscious choice of, you know, one, knowing that you're gay in the first place, and two, to that, you yourself identifying now and knowing within yourself that you're not gay anymore, because I don't know if I believe him. It's looking like Pinocchio. I don't know. But anyway, right? How is it because other humans didn't give you what you want? What, like, they can't, are they supposed to give you the choice of whether you yourself identify within yourself once more that you are gay or not? Well, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. Again, heads can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in any spots. You already know I get down. Again, it's all up to everybody. I always say, yo, I'm looking, seeing, and appreciating everybody's beliefs and all that, barring them being harmful to people. Talk about this all the time. But like, yeah, bro, heads in the LGBTQ plus community, y'all doing y'all thing, y'all chilling, bro. There's no problem. It's love. It's love, baby. Truly the Pandora. But like, real shit, no, it's love. But the shit that he's saying is making no fucking sense. I'm sorry. Like, again, maybe I'm not seeing it and maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Like,
yes, you can choose to fill this hole in your life with God if you want to, or you can choose to fill this hole with penis.
Freaky frog. Hikey, I was not expecting that one. Bombaclad, my guan. He done cut me up in a real blunder.
So, like, if you're feeling unfulfilled with your relationships with other people, you can fill that hole with God. But the issue that I ran into is trying to fill that hole with God can also feel unfulfilling, because unfortunately, you can't really, like, talk to God directly or have, like, a direct relationship with him. And I know there are some Christians who say that they can speak with God and they can have...
But, see, this is the factor, like, and I totally understand, too. Like, again, well, not even totally understand, because it has a main part to play in this, because he's a Christian TikToker. But, like within this, maybe, like, I didn't even see it. Again, we're at 11:01, but I'm gonna get back to TikTok. All right, why I left my life of being gay. So as far as we're concerned, what we've seen from this video so far, just of what I'm interpreting, this doesn't even have anything to do with, like, Christianity so far. All he's saying is that why I left my life of being gay. Okay, so you're just talking about sexual identity, sexual orientation, being gay, right? He says, the reason I left the life of being gay, or whatever, right, is because of other humans. They couldn't give me what I wanted. This doesn't even have anything to do with religion. What are these other people supposed to give you to where you can, like, now be accepting of yourself being gay? Like, yo, see, that's where I'm, like, so lost. Like, I don't know, bro. Okay, let's just keep going. Like,
a direct relationship with him, but that just never really worked for me. So to me, it feels like human relationships can ultimately be unfulfilling, and a relationship with God can ultimately be unfulfilling. So you've got to find meaning somewhere else. And I like to find meaning through the things I create, I guess. But obviously this...
Yeah, like hobbies, you know what I'm saying? Things you like to do in your pastime, your interests, things and such like that. That's the whole point. But, and you know what's so funny? Those things, hobbies, interests, things and such like that, are what make you yourself at, like, your own self, an individual. Like, it's what makes you different from others. Other people have different interests, like, they're different in, word salad, TrillTalksEverything grammar for shit. Each different person has their own individual interests, you know what I'm saying? Things that they like, things that they, you know what I'm saying, like to do, like all the things like that. Within those interests are going to shape your character, shape who you are. That's what I'm saying. The whole other thing to that is your upbringing, background. And that's another thing where, like, there's this philosophy theory. I remember, shout out Joe Bartolozzi, you know what I'm saying? Joe Bart, talk about it all the time. Joe Bart philosophy. He said it, where it's like, initially, technically, you don't have any control over who you are, quote unquote, right? Because when you're born, obviously, you're raised by, like, your parents, the people surrounding you. They're raising you. They're giving you your interests, per se. To give an example of that, Trilly's favorite media of all time, besides One Piece, is SpongeBob. It's been the whole jump my whole life. Who got me into SpongeBob? Because it wasn't me. Because when I started watching SpongeBob, if you look at my baby pictures and all that, I was fucking 2 years old. It wasn't me. Because, you know, understanding the concept of SpongeBob or whatever, you understand the character, but you're not going to know the concept of interest, what shows you, like, yeah, this and the third, you know what I mean? Right? It was a boss, so you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? My surrounding family, they, you know, got me a bunch of SpongeBob shit, all this different type of jazz, right? But to that factor, still now later in my life, since I watched SpongeBob throughout my whole life, seeing SpongeBob, watching the show, got jokes, like seeing the inside jokes, yada yada, seeing jokes from the show, say them, yada, like it's shaped part of my character and who I am. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just already like so just like lost on the factor and the part of Griffy Spiffy right now, because I'm like, how do other people not giving you what you want mean that you have to like lead? You have to leave your life of being gay, but better yet to that, you have to just switch your sexual identity, like just totally flip on it. I'm lost. Like I'm just.
Human search for meaning has been something people have struggled with for centuries. And to me, filling that hole of meaning with God just feels like too convenient, I guess. But it just really annoys me when Christians try to act like non-Christians are saying that you should definitely find meaning in human relationships. If you are gay, you need to find meaning in how many dudes you sleep with and how.
That is just directly not true. That's not true for anyone of any sexual orientation. That's just dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta tell heads all the time, bruh. Especially with the love languages shit. If you say your favorite love language is physical, fuck! Yo, TrillTalksEverything grammar for shit. I'm telling you, it's never gonna happen. But yeah, especially if you say your favorite love language is physical touch, shut the fuck up. You're just horny. It's some bullshit. Like, you're not about to just, like, find meaning throughout going to do, like, bombing, fucking, and all that. That's one. But at just going being promiscuous, trying to just forcefully seek connection through the relationship, that's just not gonna work. This is why they always say, like, yo, true love is, like, fleeting, and true love has to find you. You can't force true love and shit like this to happen. You can't force these connections to happen, because if you do, they're not genuine. They're not real. Like, yo, and then, again, you're not being real and truthful with yourself. That's... I be going over shit like this all the time, and it's just what I'm saying, like, yo, you just gotta be genuine with yourself. You don't have to force these ideals and things as such upon yourself to, like, fit some type of lifestyle or to fit some type of, like, idealization of who you want to be or whatever. Like, of course, you could want better for yourself, want to do these certain things, go on these certain paths, but, like, at the end of the day, if you are forcing on yourself or you're not happy with this, John, or, like, you feel as though, like, you gotta do what Griffy Spiffy is doing and post all these videos to try to confirm with yourself that you're not this and you're following the right, like you're not being genuine, and you're especially not being genuine with yourself. Like, man.
How many dudes you have relationships with. No, if you try to base your meaning in life off of how many dudes you sleep with, that will leave you unfulfilled, I think.
100%.
But I also think that trying to find meaning in a book that was written 2,000 years ago and a God who will never actually directly talk to you also feels very unfulfilling. But that's obviously just my perspective.
I'm about to say, yeah, but that's obviously in his opinion, because obviously if you still believe in the faith, and that gives you God damn it, fulfillment. Fuck, I couldn't think of the word. And that gives you fulfillment. That's great because obviously everyone's entitled to their beliefs, and obviously if your beliefs go on to make you a better person and put out more positivity in the world, that's great. That's grand. You know what I mean, like that. But obviously not everyone will find that same fulfillment in, you know what I'm saying, faith, religion, things and such like that, and even in other avenues of life, like we said, like within relationships and especially forced ones and John's like that, and that's totally fine. Everyone is different. That's why that's exactly why I keep stamping that in, just as a whole, but especially earlier. Everyone's different. They're going to be fulfilled. They're going to enjoy. They're going to like different things. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what Griffy Spiffy is doing. Like,
I thought they were romantic, but I realized this.
Okay, we're gonna.
God is the most romantic person you will ever meet.
Okay, so never mind. I spoke too soon earlier. Okay. The you know what I'm saying, religion Christian aspect is getting mixed in. Okay.
God is the most romantic person you'll ever meet?
But like, yeah, I'll need more context on that, because on what context are we talking about? Like, because there is different meanings of romantics, but then like we're just kind of getting into semantics, because like there's like, yo, if you know, I've just talked about a One Piece, one of the first arcs, if not the first arc, Romance Dawn. Like, romance could mean adventure, going out doing jumps, but then also romance, we know romance means like love, the dynamics of relationships, compassion, yada, like this, that, and the third. And of course, like, yo, God tells you to love, you should like love and do all this different jazz. But like, if we're talking about a direct physical connection, like that is not going to happen with God. I'm sorry, like
Are you implying that you have a gay romantic relationship with God?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, like Griffy Spiffy. I'm sorry, like. But you're not bombing God. Like, that's not happening. Like that just can't happen. So like, I'm so lost.
That seems like that's what you're implying. When I was a Christian, I wouldn't consider the relationship that God has with his children to be a romantic relationship.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Yo, God loves all. God tells you to, like, you know what I'm saying, spread love and things and such like that. But you are not about to get in a physical contact, especially getting to the freaky frog levels with God. So I'm
but you do you, I guess.
People will walk away from you. The only person that will not walk.
If they're willing to walk away from you, they should have never been around in the first place. Let's really talk about it. I clocked Jones like that immediately. If they're willing to just walk away, they should have never been there in the first place.
Away from you, no matter how much you walk away from them and sin and give up on them.
Wait, nah, maybe I gotta go back. Hold on.
Only person that will not walk away from you, no matter how
he's up. Okay.
much you walk away from them and sin and give up on them, is God.
Well, yeah, because one of the things that everyone knows is that, like, God forgives all. Like,
I mean, yeah, it feels nice, I guess, to know that God will always be there for you no matter what. But why would you want a relationship with someone who makes you feel ashamed for who you're attracted to? I don't know. To me, that just doesn't feel like a very healthy relationship.
I was about to say, it doesn't feel healthy. And again, that's not you being your genuine self. And at least in my interpretation, because I don't know if I've ever told Hez, but like, truly on the religious tip, I think I've said it before in Jones, like, I'm not really religious at all or whatever, Jones, but at least from like what I've seen in my own interpretation. Ooh, boy, if Trilly can't grammar for shit, boy, it's never gonna happen. But like, yeah, off of my own interpretations and all the Jones like that, I'm pretty sure God wouldn't want you to be constantly in distress and Jones over that, like over a like moral conflict at all times, feeling anxiety because you're questioning who you are like that. That wouldn't overall be good, because again, like, one major thing I'm sure God would want is happiness. And if you are not happy because you are in a moral conflict once more over who you are, over your identity, or at least your sexual identity and all that, and it wouldn't be too good. A little bit of turmoil.
I guess my advice to Griffy would be, instead of trying to find meaning in other men or trying to find meaning in a God who makes you feel ashamed and sinful for who you're attracted to, instead try to find meaning from within. And I know that that's easier said than done, but I just don't really think you're going to find true happiness by fully relying on other men or by fully relying on a God who makes you feel ashamed of being yourself.
Sometimes trusting God looks like this. That's okay, because it's okay to not know. We don't always have to understand, but we know what we do know. What we do understand, that God is good, and God is faithful, and He loves us, and He's got us. He's got us. Man, I feel so disconnected. I'm so alone so often.
So, like, on the one hand, you claim that turning to God has given you this sense of fulfillment in life, and like your life is so much better now. But on the other hand, you're
especially in, I guess, the romantic sense. which I don't know how.
You're like crying in every other TikTok you post, and there's nothing wrong with crying, but to me it seems like you haven't actually found true fulfillment in life yet. It seems like you were let down by men in your life, so now you're trying to force yourself into this box of feeling shameful for who you're attracted to, but I don't
Ryan Beard said it, not me, but that's sounding like exactly what I'm thinking. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, so y'all see this, bruh? Yo, Chairtron, say hi, bruh. Nah, you better slide back behind that green screen, boy. Tough. But anyway, yeah, nah, Ryan Beard saying what I'm thinking, because it's like, he's saying, again, initially, the reason why he left being gay, left his, I guess, again, like, you know what I'm saying, sexual identity, you know what I'm saying, sexual orientation and being gay, the first thing he says was because other humans could not give him what he wanted. Then after that, he proceeds to say, but you know who could? Who will never let you down and all that? God. Okay. We're seeing that someone might be coping a little bit with their, you know what I'm saying, with their sexual identity. Being Griffy, Spiffy, duh. Like, Griffy, Spiffy probably is still, oh, well, not even still. What the fuck am I talking about? We just saw this earlier in the vid. Struggling with homosexuality, right? So, Griffy, Spiffy definitely still feeling the bros, right? On the very least, or at least struggling with it. If we're adding 2 and 2, it's looking like, yeah, we know at least before, oh, well, you know, again, I'm right. We know at least before this, you were 100% gay because you left, quote unquote, right? You're saying now that humans couldn't give you what you wanted. Okay. I'm assuming a human was another dude. You're gay. I like relationship or whatever, you know, who won't leave you, abandon you, because this was another John he was just saying, you know, who won't leave you, give up on you, walk away from you, walk out on you. This is it I talk about all the time, yo. At some point we're gonna get 2 sums and not 2 sums. At some point we're gonna get 2 values. Shirley doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. We all know this. And at some point I'm gonna take them values and add that boy to a sum. Ryan Beard just gave us our sum. I'm like, he just definitely gave us our sum for sure. Cause like, this is what it's sounding like. And again, he would be like being Griffy Spiffy. He would be just using like, you know, like the Christian faith or whatever, or like going into this, not as, I don't want to say like a grift or whatever to make money. Cause it's not like that direction, but more or less like as a coping mechanism. Like, yeah, it's like, and especially to that, I don't think God would want you to use the faith as a coping mechanism, brother. I think he'd want you to, you know what I'm saying, be into the faith because you genuinely believe in the faith and want to, like, you know what I'm saying, go by it. Like, but again, I could be corrected.
I don't think either of these paths is going to bring you true fulfillment.
You all, it has been 3 months since I've picked up this book and read a word, and you don't know how good it feels. I've been so alone. I've never felt less worthy to be loved. I've never felt more abandoned in my entire life. All of my friends, when I came out as gay, all of my friends walked away from me after telling me to just be yourself, to come out, blah, 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 all these things. The only one that didn't forsake me or leave me, I left him. And he's telling me daily, I've never left you. I love you. Come back home. I'm waiting. It feels so good to be home. It feels so good to be home.
Does it feel so good to be home?
Again, I'm still standing on what I said earlier. Like, yo, any heads that's just willing to walk out on you, especially if you are expressing to them something that definitely, as we said, would make you your genuine self by you expressing, yes, this is who I am, especially with my sexual identity. I am gay. And they didn't accept you for that. They were never your fucking people in the first place. They was never your people in the first place. Stamped in on that. So I don't think, again, like yo, Griffy Spiffy needs to go on by going to the Christian faith as a coping mechanism. Again, I would hope that he would get into the faith because this is what he genuinely believes in, and like overall is making it like better for him in his life. But like within this, it's like it just doesn't make sense. Oh my God. Ah, man, I'm telling you, bruh. I would suggest that, like Ryan Beard was just saying too, it looks like for Griffy Spiffy, he needs to focus more on like the self-fulfillment aspects, like what is genuinely going to make him happy, instead of just trying to fill that void forcefully with, you know what I'm saying, the Christian faith. And then on top of that, within, you know, forcefully trying to adopt the faith. Now you're giving yourself anxiety with a moral conflict of, oh, because of this faith that I'm now forcing myself to believe, now I gotta even worse to that, question who I am, like with my sexuality. Like, it's just, this process is not going to have Griffy Spiffy.
It doesn't seem like you're feeling very good. It seems like you're
Again, he's crying in every other vid, so I don't think he is, like, you know what I'm saying, feeling that good, at least not consistently or frequently.
crying in all your TikToks.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I understand it really sucks if you lost people in your life because you decided to become a Christian. I don't think people should turn away from you just because you decide to become a Christian. But like,
Exactly.
did the people
Or because, like, you know what I'm saying, you're coming out like that. Like, again, if heads do that, then, like, yo, they're not your people. So
in your life turn away from you just because you decided to become a Christian, or did they turn away from you because you decided to make a TikTok account where you post
and this is where we get into the nuance. This is why we always keep asking questions, because I'm like, okay, sure. Again, on base level, if someone picks up a new faith, you know what I'm saying, or a new belief, or, you know what I'm saying, or even in another case like Griffy Spiffy, you come out or anything like that, like most times I would presume people will be accepting. They'll love you for who you are, and, like, you know, it'll be great because, yo, now you're expressing the heads who you genuinely are. I ain't gonna lie, but I messed that word up, no cap, but anyway, seriously though, like, yo, heads most of the time will accept you lovingly and all that type of beat. In his case, at the very least, from what we're getting, you know, heads didn't. But at the same time, I would just go on the factor of, like, again, not forcing yourself down this path. You need to go find head. Well, first of all, if you're feeling and questioning yourself, you need to go through self-fulfillment and all that type of beat. But second to that, you would more or less need to, like, get a new surrounding, get new friends, new peoples, you know what I'm saying? Heads that are more accepting, because clearly them heads that you were around with before, like, yo, they not really the best of heads, especially if they got you going down this path now. Like, it's
hundreds of TikToks about how bad it is to be gay. Like, there would be a big difference between me, like, for example, deciding to become a vegan because I think it's just the right thing to do, and deciding to become the next That Vegan Teacher and making hundreds of videos about how
I'm a pass.
all meat eaters are evil. And look, if you truly believe that eating meat is evil and you want to make a TikTok account about that, go for it. But you have to understand that some people in your life are going to be turned off by that. I've lost some people in my life because I've decided to be so outspoken about my beliefs. Unfortunately, that's just a natural side effect of being this outspoken about your beliefs. So if you're crying in every TikTok about how you're so sad because everyone has abandoned you, maybe get off TikTok, maybe go touch grass and try to make some friends.
Exactly what I was saying. I'm like, no, you don't need to go down this path of making all these TikToks, forcing yourself into, you know what I'm saying, these different religious beliefs. Like, brother, you need to go find people that actually have your fucking best interests at heart. That's why I always was, damn it! Trilly never go grammar. How many times is that in this, John? Probably like at least like the trillion time at this point. But, like, seriously, you need to go find people that will have your best interests at heart, that will accept you for who you are, that won't want you to be sitting here questioning yourself, having like fucking anxiety attacks, breaking down every other TikTok. You need to go find heads like that will care and accept you and love you for who you are. Those other heads, fuck them. They didn't accept you for who you are, and fuck them for that. But, like, yo, for you to be going down, again, Griffy Spiffy, the path like this, and making all these TikToks, and again, it's looking like you're sitting here in fucking straight denial about being gay, which, again, he admitted, because, again, you're struggling with homosexuality as a Christian. But real heads, real friends like that, you need them in your life. Them other heads, they weren't shit. You need to focus on one, you know what I'm saying, getting self-fulfilled within yourself, and then, better yet to that, going out and making new actual friends, ones that actually will have your best interests at heart. Simple as that. Yep. The spurging out, crashing out on TikTok is not gonna work.
Maybe using TikTok as this outlet to attack gay people is just making your life worse. I am trying to give you genuine advice here, because people in your life are obviously going to be turned off when you post TikToks like this. If God is so loving, why does he send people to hell? It's your choice. You could either choose the path with the red carpet that leads you to hell, or you could choose the path with the cross cut out that leads you to heaven. You better not choose the hell movie premiere. Instead,
It's like, why are we doing this?
you need to choose the crosswalk. Also, the people on the hell side get to keep their trash bags, but the people on the heaven side have to drop their trash bags. Because we all know that as a sinner, there's nothing I love more than carrying around some trash.
I'm the trash man.
Also,
I'm the trash man.
didn't answer the question. If God is so loving, why does he send people to hell? It's your choice. Whether or not it's my choice doesn't answer the question of why he...
Like, yeah, so why is he sending people to hell? I'm presuming he's sending people to hell because they have done something, right? And what is that something they have done? Is that Being gay, being part of the LGBTQ plus community, Mr. Spiffy? Because if that's the case, not good.
He's choosing to do it in the first place. Why does God need to torture people for eternity in response to them sinning? Couldn't he just not do that? Like, imagine if my girlfriend did something mean to me, so in response I decided to lock her in my basement and never let her go. And then I
don't know about the optics on that one. Sounds pretty life-destroying.
claimed that I was doing this because I loved her. And then she asked, if you love me,
Ooh, I really don't know about that response. I don't know if that plausible deniability will work. Might get you in a rough one.
then why did you lock me in your basement? And I responded by saying,
I feel like that's a fair question.
it was your choice.
Was it? Was it in that case? So I see what Ryan Beard's saying.
The choices you made in life led you to being locked in my basement. If you didn't want to be locked in my basement, you should have made different choices. I just do not think it makes any logical sense that a proportional punishment for sinning on Earth is to be tortured for eternity. Sure.
Exactly, like especially when you've directly done nothing wrong. It's just based on, Griffy Spiffy's opinion, but then again, this opinion is like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's an unjustified opinion. Again, people, and there are many heads that this directly applies to, once more can be part of the LGBTQ plus community and also believe in the Christian faith. That is not a problem. Like, what are we doing?
Sure, I can accept that sin is bad and God doesn't like sin, but why would he choose to torture me for eternity in response to that? I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. Apparently, Griffy ended up getting fired from his job. And he claims that he got fired because he spread the gospel.
That is just false. There's no way.
I lost my job as a flight attendant today because I'm a Christian who spreads the gospel on TikTok. And you know what? My first response was to just rejoice, to just praise God. I'm not going to roll around in sorrow and suffering.
Griffy, I feel like you've done something else. I feel like you didn't just get fired because you were posting about the Christian faith on TikTok. I feel like there is a little bit more nuance to this. Just a teensy bit more nuance to this.
I'm not going to let the devil let me spiral out. No. He can take my job, but he can't take my praise. My first reaction was just like, Jesus, you're so good. You're so...
Brother, if Jesus could come down from the heavens, brother, there is no way that he is about to sit here and think that it is a blessing bestowed upon you that you've got fired from your employment. You have gotten fired from your job. The W-2 form got ripped in half. He is not about to give you a prayer for that one. What are we talking about? This is a problem.
worthy.
I don't know, dude. It just...
No. That is not what he's gonna say is something is worthy for. No, not that one. No.
doesn't seem like the right response to me when you get fired from your job to be like,
Not at all. In fact, this seems like the direct antithesis to what the actual response would be, and it would be, fuck, this is bad. I should be panicking right now. What the fuck am I gonna do to keep the roof over my head and shit?
yes, Jesus is so good. Honestly, I kind of doubt that's how you actually responded. I think you probably
There is no way in hell that he responded like this.
actually responded by crying like you do in all of your TikToks.
Honestly, yeah.
And just like before, I don't think anyone should be fired from their job for spreading the gospel or being a Christian.
And obviously, yeah, I agree with Ryan Beard. That's what I'm saying, Spiffy. There's a nuance to this. Like, you've done something more, because there's no way that, for instance, y'all know, Mr. Beast, Chandler was posting videos talking about the gospel, the faith, and all that type of beat. I'm looking at my mic. I swear I thought I saw some John on there. But anyway, yeah, if Griffy Spiffy was posting the exact videos that Chandler was posting, there's no way they're gonna fire him as his job as a flight attendant. So he was definitely doing some other jazz. There's no way they're just gonna no, you're done.
But did you get fired just for spreading the gospel and being a Christian? Or did...
No pre-watch. What do I tell y'all all the time? We're going to break it down and ask more questions. This is where these niggas fail. They ask one question, get a bullshit ass answer, get a plausible deniability ass answer, and then just be like, okay, the fuck? Nah, okay, here's the next one. And the next one. And the next one. And the next one. What? We're not just gonna stop at one question. Fuck.
You get fired because you made TikToks while on the job in your work uniform.
Oh man, that sounds like it would have something to do with it.
Bomboclat!
Bomboclat wagwan. It looks like we done fucked up and made a real blunder. A real fucking blunder. Tough. Yeah, that would probably have something to do with it for real though, right? Yeah, it makes sense. We clicked out. Oh man, brother, Griffy. Let me explain something to you, brother. I ain't gonna lie. And trust me, I'm guilty. I was guilty of this too when Trilly worked at Exxon. I'm admit, duh. And I was especially a kid. I was like 16, so of course I was gonna be on my phone and shit. But like, and that's not plausible deniability, bro. I still shouldn't have been on my fucking phone, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Anyway, right, Spiffy. Instead of doing your fucking job, you're on TikTok. Not based, but fuck it, honestly, because it's funny now. Based? We're not doing our fucking job and we're on TikTok? And now we're wondering, better, I'm not even wondering. Now we're saying Jesus would say we're worthy because we got fired? So y'all remember about like 5 minutes ago when I talked about how there's gotta be some nuances to this. There's gotta be some more to this. There's no way they just fired you because you were talking about, you know what I'm saying, the gospel and the faith. Yeah. Glad we kept that in mind, huh? Yeah, facts. Me too. So anyway.
When you make TikToks on the job in your work uniform, this implicitly ties the company you work for to your views. And I understand why a company wouldn't want to be associated with someone who posts hundreds of TikToks about how bad it is to be gay. But according to Griffy, he's actually like super happy that he lost his job, so
Yeah, no he's not. And that's why I'm saying the shit he's doing is performative.
guess everything turned out okay in the end.
My first reaction was just like,
No person in this world is going to be mad if their source, no person in this world is going to be happy if their source of income that is supporting their life is cut off, even if they fucking hate their job. Because, yo, if that was the only thing being able for you to sustain your life, yeah, you're gonna want to keep that mug. Why? Because, shit, you know what's better than that dog shit ass job? Not being fucking homeless. Or not being able to fucking eat. You know what I'm saying? So, once more, again, King, Spiffy. I don't think Jesus would have thought this one was that worthy, brother.
Jesus, you're so good.
From watching a lot of Griffy's content, he seems like a pretty genuine guy to me. He seems like someone who has really struggled to find meaning in his life, and now he feels like he's found meaning through Christianity. And if that's the case, that's totally fine, but I think he needs to get off of TikTok. Clearly this
There's so many people I've been seeing these days that need to get the fuck off the internet, bruh.
TikTok account has led to a bunch of people not wanting to be friends with him anymore and him losing his job, and he would probably say that this is just the price he has to pay for.
Nah, I don't think. Again, I like, yo, if Jesus were once more to touch down on earth, bless us again, would he be telling Spiffy that it is you are worthy, my child? You have forsaken your job. You are so there's no way in hell that Jesus is gonna be saying this shit. Like, what? Like, bro, oh my God.
Spreading the gospel. But I don't know, man. I feel like you could find a way to spread the gospel in a way that doesn't lead to everyone hating you and you
and you losing your employment, like
losing your job and you crying on the internet and looking like an absolute doofus. Anyway, Griffy, even though you think I'm gonna burn in hell, I still wish you the best. I hope moving forward you can find a more healthy way to engage with religion in a way that doesn't lead to everyone hating you and you losing your job. I hope you can find balance in life in the way that you find meaning. I don't think you should find all of your meaning in religion or all of your meaning in other people. I think I
definitely agree.
Can find a healthy amount of meaning in religion while also not needing to feel ashamed of who you are. And if every once in a while
once more, because if you are being ashamed of who you are, you're not being your genuine self, and you should always want to be your genuine self. Why? Because that's you at your happiest once more. And you could vice versa that, because that's basically what I said the inverse earlier. But like, yeah, your most genuine self or your happiest self is going to be your most genuine self. Why? Because that is the you that feels the most free, the most open, that feels that they can be the most expressive of themselves. Like, so just be you. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. And if motherfuckers is on your cock for that shit, bro, again, barring all your views and shit being harmful, we talk about this. But like, yeah, and if niggas are on your dick for that or they don't want to be around you, man, fuck him. Once more, fuck him. That's not your real people. That's not your fan, bro. That's not the people that has your best interests at heart. And slide them. No, let me stop playing. But like real shit, nah, you don't need to be around them, bro. Be around the people that actually fuck with you and accept you for who you are. Facts.
You want to sit down and listen to a Chapel Roan song, I promise you, God is not going to smite you for that.
Facts. Like you're not about to hear the better yet here. You're not about to feel the lightning from the heavens, bro. You gonna be alright.
The next time you start feeling thoughts about how you should be ashamed for being gay, I want you to go no 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 no.
I almost forgot that shit happened in the video. Fucking love Ryan Beard, bro.
No.
No. Y'all gonna start doing this shit. Y'all are gonna hate me, bro. The worst would be if I start doing it to that nigga.
Fuck it, I'm saying.
That shit would be so funny, bro.
Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, consider becoming a member of the channel or supporting me on Patreon. For just $3 a month, you can get access to exclusive videos. So far, I've posted a video responding to this dude who claims he can debunk trans identity, and a video talking about the discourse around the Charlie Kirk situation. I've been getting really good...
boy. Oh, man. Jeez. It's crazy that, like, you know what I'm saying, the Charlie Kirk thing, like, it honestly feels like this John, like, you know what I'm saying, still happened mad recent, but, bro, it's just still wild to see this shit, and the fucking discourse surrounding it.
I hated it. Feedback on these videos, and I'm planning to make another video this month. People seem to be really enjoying the videos so far, and it's kind of nice having this more small, close-knit community where I can respond to you guys more directly. And a huge thank you to my Godbeard level members, Scaries, Novaj Ren, Jacob Curl, Kelly
So
Wright,
cook it
Woods
over there.
Witch, and the Blue Devil. All right, see you guys next time.
You already know, baby. Of course. Shout out to the love with Ryan Beard. You already know, gang. That was This Christian TikToker is definitely not gay anymore. Of course, talking about Griffy Spiffy. If you guys would like to watch the OG video by Ryan Beard, you know what I'm saying, without the Trilly conjecture, the Trilly yaps everything. He does every time. Of course, it'll be down in the description, first link, sure to love it. Of course, Ryan Beard once more. Y'all know how it gets down. Oh, snap. Did I just... Yeah, I untied my... What's it called? Rip. Okay, well... I guess final opinions and conjecture before this jump falls off. Brian gonna hold you. Yeah, for Griffy Spiffy, once more like Ryan Beard was saying, I feel like he needs to focus on, you know what I'm saying, just finding fulfillment within himself. He doesn't need to, again, you know what I'm saying, force himself into like any beliefs, especially through the religious factors or whatever. I mean, like, again, he can genuinely, like, if he genuinely believes in the Christian faith, then that's fine for him. But like, he doesn't need to force himself into this, and then especially within that, now adopting these beliefs, force himself to like feel like or be like someone he's not, because again, he feels as though he can't, you know what I'm saying, be gay or anything like that, because Christian faith doesn't allow it, and things like that, which again is causing a moral conflict with him. That's why we said in the beginning of the video, he's like struggling with his sexuality and all that, or like, you know what I'm saying, or going back and forth with it. And that's not good. And then obviously to that too, like the people in his life just left him for that. Like there's a whole lot of factors in his John that like obviously definitely could be improved or whatever. Well, we know that for sure could be improved. But the first John would start with him himself. Like he got to realize like, yeah, you can't seek fulfillment from other people, and then you can't forcibly fill that fulfillment forcibly itself with religion, forcing yourself into that belief. Like, it's just not gonna work. You're just, again, putting yourself in more and more turmoil and conflict, when at the end of the day, all heads that especially do give a fuck about you and have your best interest at their heart would want you to do is be yourself. Be your genuine self. Facts. Other than that, again, shout out to the love with Ryan Beard. I gotta go retie my do-rag, and I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.
Thank you.